All right, we are live. Welcome to Testimonial Tuesday, the first one with the East Orlando Chamber of Commerce for 2025. My name is Andrew Cole, and I have the pleasure of sitting here with Tavo Mendez, who's the general manager and managing partner here of Rock and Brews in Oviedo, but kind of helps out all the way around all the places. And we want to say thank you also this morning to Wave. Wave is doing our video productions this morning. We apologize for going a little bit late. We had some technical difficulties with Wi-Fi this morning, but Wave goes beyond simply setting up equipment, offering expertise in space optimization, creative content development, and live production to ensure seamless professional experience. So if you want to see more, wave-pro.com is there. Jonathan is our engineer today that's overseeing our production cast. But we're here to talk about food and to talk about Rock and Brews and all the fun things that are coming up. So thank you for hosting us today.
Of course. Thank you for choosing Rock and Brews to be our first first of the year, 2025, for the Testimonial Tuesday. We're happy to host you guys, and yeah, we're so much to talk about. But let's start with food.
Absolutely.
I definitely want to invite everybody after the Testimonial Tuesday. Great lunch adventures. Come out here, order some of these lunch specials. I want to make sure that everyone knows lunch specials, $12, includes a drink. As many drinks as you want. We can give you a few to go as well. Yeah. So this is one of the best ones. It's our mojo pulled pork. So our pork gets roasted slowly for overnight, 12 hours, and then we prepare with this homemade mojo, homemade black beans and saffron rice, some sour cream, tomatoes. I mean, it's just party in your mouth.
Is this a bowl? Is this a bowl or a salad?
It's a bowl.
It's a bowl. So
Yeah, it is hot. Yeah,
a time through the day, you're not having a cold salad.
this is
It's a mix of all.
yes. And to segue into the salad, if you're
Oh, that looks
starting the whole healthy kick New Year resolution, this is your go-to. This is a strawberry fuel salad. Typically is a much larger salad, but for our lunch specials, we threw in some blackened shrimp, and again, $12. Can't beat that. Strawberries, candy, walnuts, feta, cucumbers, some onions. Which avocado always makes it better, and it comes with a very pepper forward vinaigrette. So it's called a lemon pepper vinaigrette, but it does offset the sweetness of everything else. So the textures and the flavor profile, and I could just go on and on and on. So strawberry fuel salad also is part of the lunch specials, and one of the ones you could do a lot of pick two. One of them, it's a pizza salad. You could do a sandwich and pizza. You could do a sandwich salad. So it's a personal pizza with your side salad choice of dressing, or if you like a Caesar as well. Again, one of the specials that goes really well here. All of them come with a drink again. Not alcoholic drink, but you can definitely.
not how.
NA, yeah, non-alcoholic, can get as many refills. Our lovely servers here, April, which is amazing. She'll be here momentarily. She was on live earlier. Hi, Dorothy. We will have all of our servers out here. I want you to put me to work. I want to run. I want to be able to be running food and being busy. So join us for the lunch adventures. But yeah, so much more other than lunch specials. We're very event driven. We're very giving back to the community. So anything you want to ask, we're here. And again, kudos again to Wave for this awesome production we got behind the scenes. You guys should see this. And sorry about the technical difficulties we had, but yeah, this company is great. So I do feel like an artist, like we got all this lighting, oh my, right? Makeup, I had like our makeup girls walking around there. So I mean, not that Drew needs it, but
Yeah, I wish you could get rid
Right?
of the gray there. That'll work.
All right. So what do you got for me?
So tell me with the lunch special. I had a question with the pizza. Is that a specific topping pizza? Can you get what you want on it? Is it how many toppings?
Yeah, it's a two topping pizza, which we can also make them gluten free for all those gluten free folks. I saw Kathy that was on. I know she's the gluten free gal. But yeah, you can get up to two toppings.
Okay, so very cool.
Then if you want more, of course, like for a minimum charge, we'll give you some
Absolutely.
extra toppings as well.
Well, you talked about A little bit. You do a lot of philanthropy side and a lot of work with local charities and things of the sort there. What what are some of the things? Are they regular, or is there a way for other nonprofits to get involved or put in a request, or how does that work? Or is there a specific um, niche that a nonprofit has to fall into with their mission that flows with what Rock and Brews is, or what the team here has?
With us being such a community restaurant, there's really no uh, requisites that
Mhm.
we ask. Pretty much as you said, as long as it's a nonprofit and just shoot me an email, call me up. We'll get something. We never say no. It'll just depend on the level.
Mhm.
Whether will be a huge level of giving back via monetary, or typically is the fundraising that we do here. We kick back 15% back of the sales.
Mhm.
Some of the better nonprofits, or I said bigger, do well with advertising
Right.
their events, and we can write up checks up to in the thousands. But sometimes it's via trade,
Mhm.
or going out there feeding some of their clients. Do some food donations is mainly what we do. We just utilize our resources to make sure that we somehow in some way give back to them.
Yeah. So if you're a nonprofit organization, we've got a plethora of those. If you're interested in working with Tavo, or if you need something, I'm sure he's generous in putting out some gift cards and things like that. If they're doing an auction or some fundraiser type things, or can host you here if you wanted to do an
Right.
event, or we did an event here for a very special person who I think is watching. We had Dorothy, who, if you don't know, has retired, and we did a retirement party here and wanted to say thank you for being a host for us. And we had probably 100+ people out throughout the evening, and we kind of overtook the patio for the night.
It was
And
fantastic. So yes, it was great.
venue space is great. So if you have a corporate event, or um, an event that you want to have a group of people in, you can book it with Tavo for that.
Yes, we have two very spacious patios. One accommodates 80, the other one is up to 150. A minimum rental fee only on the weekends, but I'm always willing to work with you. Most of the time, we're able to waive the 250, guys. $250. That's all it takes, just for us to hold it. But again, sometimes most of the time, we don't really charge it. It's just for us to ensure that the organization is coming in, and we'll work with everyone's budgets. Whether it's $15 per person, we can go out to 60, a 4-course meal, or just some appetizers and drinks. So yeah, just come see me. This is the time. It's really beautiful out there. Again, we're pet friendly, with kid friendly. Sometimes families do love it coming out here, and they don't feel bad about the kid being, a little rowdy. I mean, we pride ourselves. It's a rock and roll themed restaurant. We want everybody to have fun and be wild. But yeah, pet friendly as well. So bring your dogs, bring your pets. In the 10 years that I've been here, I've seen some bearded dragons out there. I've seen some monkeys, some turtles. I've seen, they're pets. Snakes, as long as they're well behaved, they're welcome here.
And you've got
So
space heaters out there for cold nights like
yeah,
this. So, and a
for
fire pit too.
we do have fire pits. We do have some heaters out there. When it gets a little toasty, there's a nice mister system that we have out there with fans and some misters out there, so we make it comfortable for you guys. If not inside, we're able to accommodate parties of up to 50 in one area, or the buy area does about 55 also. So a lot of people that would like to come out and have a happy hour,
Mhm.
or bring their team to do some gatherings. Please, we pride ourselves. Sometimes we get calls with teams saying, another local restaurant just turned us down because there's 30 of us or 40 of us. Will you please? We got a team that's hungry, and of course, like, again, come on, we pride ourselves on large parties. So keep us in mind, and not only for the big events, but we do offsite catering. We
Mhm.
just took care of 100 people Sunday, this past Sunday, And on the 12th, we're doing another 250. It's the ECNL, which is a huge scouting soccer tournament. So coaches come out and see these high schoolers play, and that way they recruit them for their colleges, and it's great. We have this partnership with Orlando Sports and the North Orlando folks, and going on 8 9 years, and we go out there and we just feed our awesome food. We have 250 this Sunday coming up, and we just did over 1,000 people over for the Hope Helps, which is a local nonprofit here. We give them a good deal, just covering the food costs. And when we're out there, and we took care of 1,000 folks. So whether it's 10 or there's 1,000, call us up. Our catering services will come down, and we'll provide everything: service, plates, napkins, eating utensils. I mean, you name it. You just got to tell me this is my budget and this is my head count, and we'll literally do everything from setting up to cleaning up, and you don't have to worry about a thing. So website, my phone number, my email. I'm here. I want to help you. I want to be busy.
You want to share any of that real quick, just so if anybody needs your contact information, let's post that real quick.
So Rock and Brews / Oviedo. It's our website. You can go on events. You can find us on social media.
Okay.
My phone number is 813-900-2835. I'll go slower for the ladies. I'm just kidding, Gabby. I love you. But call me up. I will take care of you. Text me. Or the phone. I mean, various ways, but usually the email is best, so that way I'm at leisure, I can get back to you. Tavo.mendez@rockandbrews.com, and that's TAVO.MENDZ@rockandbrews.com, and just shoot me a couple of some information, and I'll work with you, and we'll make it happen. And don't worry about the budgets. Really, like I'm here to help. Sometimes if we need to write off anything to advertising to help you guys, so don't feel that you don't have the 20 or the $25 per person. Even if it's 10 or less, I will work with you. So we just want the business, we want the exposure, we want the brand recognition, and I want to be busy, please. Like this is me all the time. Really, it's not the coffee. Like I'm like go. So keep me busy. If not, I get bored.
So we do have something exciting coming up, and you were talking about catering, and that's the Chamber's Feast in the East. And we've got you booked for that, correct?
Correct.
And they're also doing our VIP section, if I've got that correct.
We are. Yes.
And we put that in, which is a whole nother addition to your ticket level, where you get a whole different side of food that's not to the general public. And you get some other perks that are in there, plus some specialty cocktails or drinks that are up to our restaurants that are in that VIP section. So if you're interested with that, that is our Feast in the East on the 27th of February over in Avalon Park at the Pavilion. So get your tickets now. They are on sale. And if you want to have a VIP experience, Tavo's going to be there with 2 other restaurants that are in that VIP section. To give you that enhanced experience, plus a little extra time to eat and enjoy, in a lounge area where you can kind of relax and get away from the crowd if you want, and then have some fun with that. But then you can come out and try all their stuff and learn all about their catering and get their menus and all the other fun stuff that they have there. So that's our Feast in the East on the 27th. And one last shameless plug: if you bring a bottle of spirits, one of your favorite bottles of spirits, we will go live with you on the Chamber websites and social media sites and promote your business. You also can attach a business card to that. So when somebody wins that bottle that are Fling the Ring with that, the nice part with that is you get to know who sponsored that for you. So if you win a nice bottle of booze, you can enjoy that and know who was the company that sponsored that. So with that, let's talk about some other events. What do you have coming up on the calendar that everybody should know about?
So many cool events. I will just just touch on a couple of them. But before we go on there, Feast in the East, seriously, guys, such a cool event. I want to win the first prize again. We took it a couple of years ago. Our blackened chicken pasta was the winner. We're gonna step up our game and bring some other Rock and Brews favorites. But yeah, as Andrew said, it's such a phenomenal event. I enjoying it. Enjoy it every time I go out there. I'm in the committee. I'm sorry I haven't really been, to some of the meetings, but if you're a restaurateur, give me a call. I will help you with the setup and everything else. We want as many want to double the restaurant participation. It gives you so much exposure and value to your business. It did really well for us the first year that we went out there. We took the prizes again one year, and I want to bring it up again.
Well, you get that
So
one-on-one with other businesses.
you do.
That instead of some of these larger events, you have more of an intimate time to talk and to get to know folks. So if you are a restaurant or even a business or a personal person looking to need catering, you can have that one-on-one with the people that are decision makers there that you can actually have a conversation with instead of just trying to get as much food out to everybody that
And
you
we
can.
ended up making some great connections and some good sales on the 3 times that we participated. So, but yeah, on the drinks, I mean, there's all kinds of drink specials that we have here at Rock and Brews. We have Meal Mondays, Tiny Tuesdays, which is the martini deal, $7. You can't go wrong with that. On Wednesdays, people need to know this. We have one of the best wine down Wednesdays that I need to let people know. It's half off on all of our wines. So including if you want to come out here and enjoy a nice dinner, even the high end nicer wines are half off on Wednesdays. So
Even
please come
bottles?
out. Yes, sir. So just so keep a note of that. Even if you want to get a full bottle, 100 half off on Wednesdays. And we have the Mojito Thursdays. My bartenders go crazy on that day because everybody loves the mojitos. And
That you
I
make
ate-
different flavors than just
we
the
do.
traditional?
Yes.
So what do
yes.
you got?
Pretty much whatever you want, but usually the ones that sell the most are the pineapple and the mango.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course we have your regular traditional mojitos, but those are every Thursday at $8. On weekends, if you guys didn't know, we have a great brunch. We open a little earlier on Sundays, 10 o'clock, but we also serve it on Saturdays. And both days we serve it till 2. And we do have specials on Bloody Marys and mimosas on weekends.
Do you need reservations for the brunches?
No, not necessarily. Although we do get really busy, usually by 12 we're packed. Then we get a little breather, and then by around 1:30 we get our church crowd. So it's one of the busiest shifts here on Sunday morning. It helps. You can book your table through Open Table. It
Okay.
goes in directly. We even had an incentive that we were giving people. Anywhere from $5 to $10 if you book through Open Table. It helps us, and it goes directly into our system. You show up, and
The hostess take care of you from there?
99% of the time your table will be ready. Yep, of course. We also have live music, guys. Every Friday night, we have a live band that goes on from 7:30 to 10:30. All kinds of genres, but we have duels up to a full 5-6 piece band.
Wow.
It's a great time. No cover. You just come in. So some folks book their table. They come out here. They have dinner, and then they stay for the late night specials, and then they enjoy the live entertainment. One new thing that we started last quarter is on every other Thursday we are taking care of our Hispanic and Spanish community, and we started a Latin night. So
Okay.
we have a Latino, all Hispanic band. So if you into merengue and salsa and a little bit of dancing, I hear some folks have some South American Brazilian wives, so I'm sure they will enjoy those that fun. And again, we have specials on food and drinks, and that is every other Thursday from 7 to 10.
Goes right along with the mojitos.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, exactly. So and then we have free car shows every second Saturday of the month.
Okay.
So again, very very involved, very event driven. Some of the events that we have coming up, we find them on We find them on our website. But one of the things that I want to tell you guys also is every holiday, there's always going to be specials and live music. So typically when people take off, there's nothing going on. So Veterans Day, Memorial Day, all those holidays when there's no school, some offices are closed, we open our place with some fun live music, so please do come check us out. For instance, we'll have a live band for St. Patty's Day. There's we're doing a Galentine's and a Valentine's special. We're working on some live concerts, and you can see all this in Oviedo. We're located at 7131 Red Buck Lake Road here in Oviedo. We're pretty much like Oviedo Winter Springs area, right across from the YMCA by the Oviedo Mall. Can't miss it. I mean, it's huge, large building with a big guitar. I mean, we've been here 10 years, but I know that some folks may not know it necessarily that we're here. And we have a real estate connection, which is the best networking here in Seminole County. Our biggest turnout, I believe, Amy Robo. Hello, Amy. I believe she said it. We had 119 that we brought in one April. Shout out to my committee out there, Sarah, Mary Beth. And I'm sorry, there's 6 of us out there. Cassandra Rosen. So all these guys, we meet and we make it valuable for you guys. It's free, so you guys come out. We have sponsors. We feed you guys. You get to meet people, network, and it's an awesome time. Again, I mean, you want to put your business out there, and it's open to everyone. Geared towards the real estate folks, anything that has to do with real estate. But I mean, you'll be surprised. There's sometimes up to 24 people that are just other, So any type of business if you just want to network and get your business out there, please come see us. That happens every third Wednesday of the month, from 5 till 7. Some people hang out here till like 9 or 10. So we do some food and drink specials that day as well. So Real Estate Connections on Wednesdays.
We've got. We're winding down, but also winding up the end of the football season, which provides a lot of opportunities for folks. So you've got college playoffs, and then we got the big game coming up in February, right? And are you doing anything with that for any of the games and party platters or anything like that to help out?
We do.
That are catering or need food for their parties at home or here at the restaurant?
We do events. Of course, we'll be showing the big game on all of our screens with sound. There will be some in-house specials, $60 or up to 120 for 10 or a dozen people. So great value. We have bucket specials, but as you mentioned, catering usually is where we make lots of people happy. We cannot keep up with the wings and the pulled pork and the ribs. One of the house favorite, people's favorite, I should say, it's the taco bar. So we have an amazing taco bar with beans and rice and salsa and other fixings and chicken, steak, beef, shells, chips. I mean, it comes with the whole thing, and it's only $110 for up to like 10 or 12 people. So you're feeding your folks for less than $10 a person. And again, we'll provide everything: plates, eating utensils, serving utensils. So yeah, catering is huge. We only need about a day heads up, really. And we do have a big catering team that we can deliver to your house for a minimum fee.
So just need to pre-order that.
Yes.
So that they know how many they're coming, because I'm sure it's going to be a busy season for everybody packing the house here, and then also throughout. So we've got 2 more playoff games, and then the championship, and then we'll walk into all the playoff games for football. So if you're having people over, if your favorite team is in the playoffs, I think the only Florida team left is the Bucks, but
Tampa Bay.
So with that, get your things ordered for that if you're having a party for those the playoff games and or for the big game at the end of the year or at the end of the season. It's a great opportunity to utilize some food and beverage that are there. So in our last few minutes, let's do a couple more things here. Anything else that you have going that you want to promote? I mean, we've talked about your lunch specials, which are incredible. $12, let me tell you, for a guy that eats out quite frequently. $12 with a drink is a great deal because sometimes it's $12, but then you're adding another $3-4 drink. And then you add your tip and you're up to $15, $16, $17. And all of a sudden it's a $20 meal. So for $12 to get all of that in.
And look at the value, guys. I mean, you will want to take a nap after these big portions. But yeah, veterans. Someone was asking about if we do anything for veterans. Of course, we have a huge, pretty substantial discount. Not only veterans, but everybody that works. Whether if you're an officer
First
or
responders.
first responders, we do a free meal for nurses once a year.
Oh, wow.
We feed our teachers for free on Teacher Day, the whole week actually. On Veterans Day, we feed all of our vets for free as well. So we're very military driven as well, always trying to take care of the community that protects us and takes care of us. So yeah, Veterans Day, free meals. There is a big day that's coming that it always does well for us is the big National Margarita Day.
Okay.
We got margaritas for $5, guys,
Wow.
and they're pretty strong, and it's a big nice portion.
And that's
So,
on the 22nd.
That is on the 22nd. And yeah, $5. Come get your margaritas and
You do
come see
multiple
us.
flavors for those too.
One
Or is
year
it-
we did like a margarita flight, and let's just say that my bartenders were not too happy with me.
too many things.
So
Just
yeah, but we'll
turn and
please you.
burn.
Yeah.
Get them in and out. So we've got National Margarita Day. We've got the big game to get your products and get your catering in for that. You got your Galentine's and Valentine's Day specials that you're doing. Brunch.
Yep.
Geez, what else am I missing?
Lunch
Lunch
specials.
specials. We've talked about those. So come join us because we will be here for great lunch adventures here starting about 12 o'clock. So if you got to make it in early, come on in, join us. A bunch of other chamber members will be here. So we'd love to have you in for lunch and see us and support another member. We got Feast in the East coming up as I lost my mic. So I'm just do that for now. But we have Feast in the East on the 27th of February. So come on, plan for that. And if you want your VIP tickets to get even more great Rock and Brews food, come on out for that. But then a tasting of everything else and get the vote and see if we can get Tavo another
Help
award
me
up
win,
on there.
guys. Come on.
Another plaque up on the wall there. And while we're here, just one more time, let's see how's the best way for people to get in touch with you, and what's the address so they know where to find us for great lunch adventures.
All right, Rock and Brews in Oviedo, 7131 Red Buck Lake Road, here in Oviedo. 32765 is our zip code. Or rockandbrews.com/Oviedo. It's our website. You can find us on Facebook. All of our events are on there under events. Of course, on our website as well. And or tavo.mendez@rockandbrews.com. I'll be your contact for anything, catering, fundraising, big groups, big gatherings, small groups, small gatherings. We'll give everyone the same quality of food and service. Please come back and see us. We had a little off, last quarter, so we're just gearing up for a great 2025.
Yep.
Let's stay busy. Let's help our economy. Let's keep our folks employed and happy. Let's do it, guys. So please come. I want to run today and be busy. So thank you.
Come join them. Just another couple of things here. We want to say thank you again to Wave Pro. Wave here is with Jonathan. They go beyond simply setting up equipment, offering expertise in space optimization, creative development, live production, and ensure a seamless professional experience. They are running our lights and sound today and cameras. So we really appreciate Jonathan. If you've got questions on that, you can contact the chamber and for this information to be posted there. And then we've got Pink's Window Services coming up next. So we're going to do a quick turnaround and jump right back on so we can get back on track. But we're looking forward to having you here, and we will see you soon. So thank you for joining us, and catch up with you again.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Congrats. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ready to go live, yeah. Hey everybody, my name is Christopher Buxton. I'm here today on Testimonial Tuesday with the East Orlando Chamber. And guess what? I have the privilege and honor of interviewing a wonderful gentleman to my right, Mr. William Sherry. He is with a wonderful company called Pinks Windows here in East Orlando. And we are going to learn all about him and about this wonderful company. Well, first of all, welcome. How are you, William?
Thank you
How's
so
your
much.
day going today?
Thank you so much. I am happy to be here today with you. This is a special interview, and yeah, so happy to share all with you.
Well, we are glad to have you here. We're excited to hear all about Pinks. First of all, this is a franchise, correct? You bought this franchise
It is,
and
yes,
it covers the East Orlando area.
yes.
Fantastic. And what made you want to buy this wonderful franchise?
Actually, this was a part of my project to move to the US with my
Oh,
family.
fantastic.
So at that moment, we had a couple of choices to do between, windows cleaning and other companies. But we picked up that company because it's a great franchise with great
Okay.
support. Uh, they have a lot of franchises across the US. So we choose that opportunity to us, and we started a couple of months ago. So yeah, we are happy to be here.
So where'd you come from?
Uh, Actually, I'm originally from Colombia,
Oh, wow.
but I moved to the Canada when I was in my 20s.
Okay.
So we lived I don't know, 15 years in Montreal.
So you're just right down the street.
Yeah, yeah. So and then we decide with my wife to we need and something else. I mean something new.
Okay.
We decide to move to Florida.
Where it's warm compared to Canada where it's
Yeah,
cold.
yeah, yeah. So we're happy to be here in this area. So yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we're glad to have you, first of all. So tell us what Pinks Windows does.
Yes, actually, Pink's Windows provides services in windows cleaning, interior and exterior,
Okay.
for both commercial and residential customers. And we do pressure washing,
Okay.
gutters cleaning as well. This is our main services.
So those three are your main services. You got window cleaning, interior and exterior.
Yeah.
You've got power washing, and you got gutter cleaning. Well, let me tell you, when can I get you to come over to my house to do my windows? Because my wife doesn't do our windows at all. But so you'll do residential and commercial. So as we're sitting here in Rock and Brews and we see all these massive windows,
Yes.
beautiful windows that you can look out on, you can come in and you can take care of them by cleaning them, getting them looking nice and spiffy that you can see clearly through them, and there's no like fingerprints or dirt or
No,
anything
there
on them.
nothing. Yeah.
That's amazing. So what techniques do you use to clean these wonderful giant windows?
Actually, it depends on the area, the building. We use the regular squeegee method,
Okay.
and also we use something what is called a water third pole, which is a brush which includes water, at the same time.
So it's shooting the water
Yeah,
out
shooting
as
water.
you're brushing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes.
That's pretty cool.
So this is mostly for the exterior because
Okay.
of course we cannot use that in the interior, but that cleans with a system who is a purifier for the water.
Okay.
So yes, it's basically that.
So the brush that has the water shooting out of it. So it's got the water shooting out of it, plus you got the brush that's actually scrubbing the window,
Mhm.
and it's a soft brush, right? It's not
It's
like
a
a
soft
hard brush. It's a soft
Yes.
brush that's gentle on the windows, but still gets the dirt and the grime off the windows.
Yes.
And then you follow it up with a squeegee to kind of really get all the water off the window. Am I saying that
Yes.
correctly?
Uh-huh.
Okay, see now I know what to teach my wife.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. So if I need you to come and let's say I was Tavo here and I need you to come clean my windows, how fast could you get here to do it?
Actually, right now we are able to provide a quote within 24 hours.
Whoa.
So we are very quickly to do the estimates. And once the customer decide, we are like within 2 weeks maximum to
That's
get.
fantastic.
Yes.
24 hours for a quote, that's pretty impressive. Most times that when I'm calling for estimates, it's taking a week to 2 weeks. 24
Yeah.
hours is pretty dang good.
That's our goal to provide the customers,
Mhm.
a very quick service, a good service. So from the beginning.
That's awesome. No, that's customer service. So let's talk about the next one, power washing. What kind of power washing do you do?
Actually, we have our power washing machine
Okay.
that because we have a van where we carry all our equipment.
Okay.
So we are able to carry our power washing. So
Does it come with the van? Does it include the water and everything, or do you still need to hook up to something when
I
you're?
need to hook. Yeah.
Okay, so you do need to hook up somewhere on the property.
Yes.
You need to hook up to a water source.
Yes.
But everything else is in the van. It's a one stop pull up. You jump out with your equipment, and you guys can do sidewalks
Sidewalks,
and driveways, and you're doing residential and
and commercial.
commercial.
Yes.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So if I need you to come just do my driveway and my walkway up to the house, you guys can come and do that with no problem.
Sure, no problem. Yeah.
And are you guys using the what I like to call the rotator scrubby thing?
Yeah.
The rotator scrubby thing.
We use both.
Okay. And when do you do roofs? Roofs are very important nowadays.
Roofs and the house washing as well,
Wow. Okay. When you're doing roofs, a big thing that I've seen, the chemicals that are being used, are you using chemicals that are okay to the environment?
Yeah, always. We try to protect the environment and all, of course, the customer, and all the plants, whatever is close to the house.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Because I've heard horror stories of people coming in, power washing a roof, the chemicals are dripping down the side of the house, and then you're killing all the vegetation and the plants and everything, but you're using environmentally safe stuff, so it's not harming any of the plants or anything of that nature.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, that's awesome. Again, something I can teach my wife. No, I'm kidding. Uh, when you're power washing, you can come out to a business and you can do their pavements. You can maybe do the trash can area because that gets a lot of dirty. Like for a restaurant,
Yeah,
the trash can area gets real dirty.
they're dirty.
So you can power wash the interior of
We
that
can do
area,
as well.
the pavement, the garbage can, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Tell me why I should hire you for pressure washing.
Sorry?
Why should I hire Pink?
Okay. We always try to provide the best service to our customers, be on time always, because that's very important.
That's extremely important.
Yeah, be on time and provide the best quality of on our service to you. I mean, we always hear bad stories with other companies that
Yep.
but we always try to improve and get the customer happy.
Oh,
know?
that's awesome.
So
So you care about your customer, you care about their time, you care about their needs, you care about making
needs.
sure that when you
Yeah.
come, the job that you do is to their qualifications and they're happy when you leave.
yeah, it's always our priority.
That's
Yeah.
extremely important. Customer service is, to me, the foundation of companies.
That's right.
It says who I'm going to do business with and who I'm not going to do business with. And I love that you said that you're on time, because I can't tell you how many times I've hired somebody to do pressure washing or lawn care, and they say, okay, I'll be there at 1 o'clock, and they don't show up till 3. Meanwhile, I've had to wait around for 2 hours, and I've got like 100 other things to do. But you take the time to make sure you're on time, you respect us, and you say, listen, I'm going to be there at 1 o'clock. I will be there at 1 o'clock.
Yes, that's very important.
That's awesome. So
That's
that's
very important.
extremely important to you, which thank you for that. Thank you very much for that. Let's talk about gutter cleaning. I know that I fear going up on that roof and cleaning gutters. To me, it is like the last thing that I want to do. I tell my wife, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I cannot get up on a ladder. I'm afraid I'm going to fall off. And then trying to, hold something to clean the gutters with while still holding on to the ladder. It's a whole lot going on there. And
Yeah.
you don't want to see a guy like me fall, because I'll probably, break the ground. So how is it that you guys clean the gutters?
Actually, we use the basic equipment, which is ladders, always keeping security for our employees.
Okay.
With that, always have a lot of risk, to go.
Going up on roofs is
Yes,
very dangerous.
it's very dangerous. So uh, ladders, the blower, classically for blower,
Mhm.
and sometimes when we need it, so we put some pressure washing as well for all the gutters and the downspouts. So the idea is to get the gutters very clean, very nice for customers, but always keeping security with our employees,
So
So
safety is number
safety
one
is
for you guys.
safety is number one
It,
always.
you know, you're taking the fear and danger away from us, the homeowner, and you're taking all that risk to clean those gutters for us. And I can't thank you enough because I'm going to call you and I'm going to ask you to come do my gutters because I told you I don't like it at all. It's very
Yeah.
fearful getting up on a ladder, balancing yourself, and then you got to move the ladder, and then you got to move the ladder again. But you guys, you get up there, you make sure your employees are safe.
Always.
You're using blowers to blow everything out in the gutter, and then you're gonna clean the gutters with your power washing, and then down the gutters as well to make sure there's no clog or anything
There's
stuck
nothing
in
clogged,
in
yeah.
in the gutter drains.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome. How much does something like this cost?
I
Just
mean,
a roundabout.
talking about the gutters?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, normally one-story house, regular house, it depends, but it could be between 150 and 300. I mean,
That's it.
yeah.
Just to not have to get on that ladder, huge value for me. Huge value for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to step on that ladder, not to worry about falling, and not worry about, okay, do I got this balancing, that balancing, the ladder balance?
Yeah.
The 153 to 300 is
It depends also
hugely worth it.
if the gutters have covers. But sometimes there are covers that we have to remove,
okay.
and that the price gonna be a little bit more.
Sure, you're doing more
But
work.
if you don't have covers, it's gonna be easy for us just to remove the debris and then
Mhm.
blow, power washing if we need. So
How often should we have our gutters cleaned a year? How many times a year do you think we should have our gutters cleaned?
I mean, I recommend customers at least once per year.
Once per year.
Yeah, at least.
Okay.
But it depends on customers to decide. But that's
Now, what happens if you ignore them? If I say, you know what, I'm not going to clean my gutters. I'm just going to leave them dirty. What could happen?
oh my God, you're gonna get a lot of issues with your home because at the time the water from rain whatever
Yep.
is not going properly through the gutters. You're gonna start maybe damaging your house and the walls whatever.
So the water could actually seep into the walls because
Yeah.
it's backing up, it's
Yeah.
backing up, it's backing up. It could also affect the roof too, couldn't
That's
it?
gonna affect the roof.
Which a roof nowadays you're looking at $20,000-$30,000 to replace a
Oh my
roof.
God, that's expensive.
I mean, so to come in and have you come in for $150 to $300 to clean all that out, to save not having to replace a roof for $30,000, I'd say that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes.
Well,
Right.
I'm gonna jump back to your power washing for a minute. How often should we power wash our driveways and our sidewalks? Because I have an HOA. I live in a neighborhood that has a homeowners association, and the moment that my driveway gets dirty or my sidewalks get dirty, they're at my door with a notice going, "Hey, you need a power wash. This needs to be cleaned." So, how often during the year should we power wash our driveways and our sidewalks?
I mean, that's supposed to be at least 2 times per year.
2 times a year. So
Yeah.
every 6 months. would
Every
be
6 months. Yeah, because you know what? With the rain and everything, we're gonna get a lot of algae. We're gonna have all the dark spots
Yes.
on the driveways, whatever. So
I have big oak trees above my
The
and they
trees.
drop these acorns down,
yes,
and then I step on the acorns, and then it leaves residue on the driveway from the acorns,
yeah,
from the leaves and everything. So every 6 months would be a good timetable to have your driveway and your sidewalks clean,
yes,
and that way the HOA doesn't yell at me because they love to yell at me.
you're right.
Now, for a business, how often do you think a business should do it? Same 6 months?
Uh, but that depends because if you have a lot of customers coming,
Mhm.
and you want your business look very nice for them. So
100, the outside of the building is the first thing that people see before they
yes,
enter your building. So before you've even had a conversation with a customer, that's their first impression. They're going to look at
that's
your building, and if it's dirty on the outside, whether the building's dirty or the sidewalks and everything are dirty, they're going to be like, well, is this business doing okay?
yeah,
Do they care about their business? It's going to look bad for them.
yeah, it's not good for business.
But you make sure that this outside of the building looks fantastic. You make sure the sidewalks look fantastic, so that the first impression that a customer has when they come to that business is like, wow, that is a place that,
Yeah.
okay, I want to go inside now. Especially for restaurants. I mean, if the outside of the building is dirty, people are not going to want to go inside because they're going to be like, well, if you can't clean the outside of your building, where I see
Imagine,
firsthand,
yeah,
imagine what your kitchen is doing where I can't see.
yeah.
So I think it's very important to maintain that outside of the building as far as a restaurant or a commercial business goes. Would you not agree?
And I agree 100%.
And also window cleaning for businesses. I can't tell you how many times I've sat in a restaurant and they've sat me next to the window and you can't see outside because the film and the dirt is so bad on the windows that you can't see outside. And that just puts a bad taste in my mouth as the guest. Again, if you can't clean your windows, which I'm looking through and I can see, that makes me wonder how clean your kitchen is.
Yeah.
So it's definitely important to call you and say, hey, can you come down, price out my windows? I need to make sure they're clean for my guests. That would be
Yeah, that's very important.
very
And
important.
also for residential as well, because uh, we have a lot of customers recently that uh, because I like to ask them, when was the last time you cleaned your windows? Sometimes they say, oh, 5 years, 10 years. So
Holy
imagine,
cow.
imagine that. So
Wow.
for us, for sure, it's gonna be a lot of work because the windows are very dirty.
Yeah, 10
But
years, yeah.
at the end, the customer are happy with the service they receive. They're happy. Say, "Oh my God! Now I can see the light coming inside."
There is a sun.
Yeah, there is this one. So yeah, so
So how do we get in contact with you? If I want to hire you to come to my house and take care of my power washing and my gutters, how do I get in touch with you?
actually, if for us to provide an estimate, it's gonna be easy for a customer if we go through our website.
And your website is Pink's Windows / EastOrlando.com.
Yes.
So if you go to Pink's Windows / EastOrlando.com, William's information is all right there. You can give him a call, you can give him an email, and he will come out and give you an estimate within 24 hours of your service. And he will make sure that your windows look fantastic, your sidewalks, your driveways look clean as heck, and your gutters are completely cleaned out. So go to Pink's Windows / EastOrlando.com and check out all the services, because he does more than just these 3 services. William has a wonderful variety of services. Do you have any deals for veterans or first responders?
Yeah, of course, we can provide a discount for them.
Fantastic.
Always take care of our veterans. And,
They take care of us, we should take
Yeah.
care of them, right?
yes,
I agree with that. And do you have a specific discount, or is it just
yeah, for sure, we can offer 10%.
10% off?
Yes.
That's fantastic. So William's offering, Pink's Windows is offering 10% off for veterans, first responders. That is an incredible deal. So if you're a veteran or first responder, give William a call at Pink's Windows, and he will take care of you guys. So you have all these other services as well. Tell me one service that you really want to focus in on, that you're the best at.
Windows cleaning, actually, this is our
So that's
first
your
service.
forte. Windows cleaner
Yes.
is your forte, interior and
And
exterior,
exterior.
which is fantastic. Hold on, I'm being told something. Okay. So that being said, I want to just take a moment real quick, and I want to thank Jonathan with Wave. Wave goes beyond simply setting up equipment, offering expertise in space optimization, creative content development, and live production to ensure a seamless and professional experience. Wave-pro.com. Jonathan, thank you so much for doing all this. We appreciate it immensely. Getting back to you, Mr. William, window cleaning, you use two types of squeegees, right? When you're doing a window?
Yes.
And what's the difference between the two types of squeegees? Because I never knew this. For me, squeegee's a squeegee. I'm gonna just run it on my window and that's it. But why do you use two types of squeegees?
Actually, but it's like the regular squeegee that everybody knows, you know.
Okay.
But the thing is that
So the rubber one,
with the
which
rubber,
I can find
yeah,
anywhere.
with
Okay.
the rubber. Of course, we use different types of, you know, big. I mean, bigs or small. It depends of the window
And you do this based upon the size of the window,
on the
the
size.
type of window.
Yes.
So you fit the squeegee to the window per se.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So you go above and beyond. You just don't show up with one squeegee and just
No.
you're looking at the window. You're saying, okay, it's this type of window. It's this size window. This is the best squeegee that's going to be used on this window to get the cleanest it can be.
Yes. And of course, you know, our water pole, which is the brush
Yep.
with the water, to clean the exterior when
So
we can.
not only will you do the windows of a building or a house, you'll clean the actual exterior of the building and the house as well.
Yes, with the power washing. But
Okay.
talking about the windows,
Mhm.
we'll take care of the frames.
Okay. So the actual metal frames that are in
Yes.
between the windows.
Yes.
Okay.
The seals
Okay.
and the screens, because normally in residential we have a lot of screens. We
Right.
remove them and we clean them through a specialized equipment.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
So you actually remove the screen,
Mhm.
put it through this machine that cleans and sanitizes the screen,
Yes.
and then you guys take it and you put it back up after you've washed the window,
Yeah.
obviously. You're not washing the window through the screen.
Uh,
I'm kidding,
no,
I'm kidding,
no, no.
John.
Then we have
I
to
mean, wait,
remove the
I'm
screen.
kidding. I'm kidding, Way. I'm kidding. Okay, so you go the extra yard. You actually take the screen off. You actually send this through your machine, clean it, sterilize it, wash the windows, wash the edges of the windows, take care of the ceiling of the
This,
windows,
yes.
then take the screen and put it back on.
Yeah.
So this isn't just, you just don't walk up, throw some water on a window, squeegee it off, and that's
actually,
it.
because you know the frames are part of the window, so sometimes the customer asks, "Oh, are you cleaning the frames?" Yeah, of course we do it because this is part of the window. So we want the window looks very great in
Mhm.
all the all the parts of the window. So we are happy to provide.
Yeah, you don't just want the window to look clean. You want everything around the window to look clean so that you can say it was great.
Yeah.
All right, so come and join us for great lunch adventures at noon today here at Rock and Brews in Oviedo. We're going to have some amazing lunch. And I don't know if you listen to Tavo speak just before I did. He's got an incredible lunch special that he does here at Rock and Brews. So come on out and check that out. I want to see Tavo running like crazy today. So everybody come down and fill this place up and make Tavo run. Come down, see William, learn about Pink's windows, learn about how this gentleman goes above and beyond for his clients of washing their windows, taking care, not washing them, but actually taking care of the windows, taking care of the seals, taking care of the metal frame, taking care of the screens. It's not just, hey, I'm coming up, washing the window and leaving. So Jonathan, also thank you, wave.pro.com. Thank you very much. William, I have one last question for you. We got 2 minutes left. Tell me what you want everybody to know about Pink's Windows, why they should hire you, why they should come see you. Please tell us.
Sure. We are Pink's Windows East Orlando. We are happy to provide our customers the best quality service in this area. Windows cleaning, pressure washing, gore cleaning. So just call us or visit our website. You're gonna just call us and we're gonna happy to come and provide the best service and windows cleaning in the area. That's a guarantee for us.
Wow, so you put a guarantee behind it also.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I want to just thank you so much for being here with us today and allowing us to learn all about Pink's Windows. Again, I'm just going to recap it. Pink's Windows does window cleaning, interior and exterior, commercial and residential. They do power washing. They do gutter cleaning. Those are the three top things that they do. But window cleaning is what they are the experts in. So if you need your windows cleaned interior, exterior for your home or your commercial business, give William a call. You can see them online at pinkswindows/eastorlando.com. But thank you everybody for allowing us to come into your homes and let William tell you all about Pink's Windows. Have a great day, and we'll see you at noon right here at Rock and Brews in Oviedo.
Thank you.
Team of experts translates your ideas into reality using the perfect blend of audio. Well, good morning. Hi, it's Rick Morris. I'm one of the ambassadors here with the East Orlando Chamber of Commerce. We're at Testimonial Tuesdays here at Rock and Brews in Oviedo. I'm so pleased to welcome our lovely guest, Lillian Lisiaga from the Lutheran Haven. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing great. Thank you for having
Well,
me.
good. I mean, I'm hopefully you had a wonderful holiday season and ready to kick off
I
2025.
did. We're ready to go.
All
Full
right.
force.
Well, with Testimonial Tuesdays are about getting to know each of our wonderful businesses that are in the chamber, and this is our chance to learn a little bit more about Lutheran Haven. I'm kind of a history buff, so I kind of went in and dug in a little bit about finding out about you guys. And what the cool part about finding out about what Lutheran Haven was is that Lutheran immigrants back in the 1920s came from Czechoslovakia to Cleveland, Ohio. I'm from Ohio, and I can see why they wanted to get out of Cleveland to get down here to Orlando, to the Oviedo area, where they helped establish Slavia. And in that area, they helped build an orphanage and a retirement home for pastors with limited income. So that's all part of what the Lutheran Haven became a part. Then in 1937, Mr. Andrew Dudas?
Yes.
Duda offered Slovak Evangelica Lutheran Church and basically gave 40 acres and $90,000 in cash. And that became, in 1948, on May 30th, Lutheran Haven.
Yeah.
So it all began in 1948, and here we are in 2025. And it's still doing extremely well.
It is.
And it's a wonderful opportunity for people to. It's for seniors, but it helped orphanages and so forth in the beginning. Was that correct?
It did. And then eventually it evolved just like the world does. And there are no young children involved now, no orphanages, but we serve the seniors in our community.
Right. And it was interesting that it was help, pastors back in the day where they would come in and help them just find a place to live and provide that support. And then the orphanages. So today is it a 55 plus or 65 plus?
It's for the independent, it's a 65 plus.
65 plus. Okay. So obviously it's called Lutheran Haven. Do you have to be Lutheran to be at Lutheran Haven?
So for the independent living, yes, you do have to be Lutheran. You can convert, and we will connect you with one of the Lutheran churches in the community. So you could take those classes. But for the assisted living and the memory care, you don't have to be Lutheran.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the process of becoming Lutheran is a long process. Would that take a while for someone who isn't Lutheran?
It's a 6-week course.
6-week
once
course.
a week. Mhm.
Okay. All right. All right.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Lutheran is more in the Catholic Episcopalian side. Is that, would you call it, into that
Yes.
realm? So
We're all in the same family.
Same
right?
family,
We're
okay.
cousins.
cousins. A lot of hymn singing,
Yes.
scripture reading, so
Mhm.
forth, and so there you go. Lillian, as far as yourself goes, I kind of went right by this. How did you get started? How did you become part of Lutheran Haven? When did you enter into their world?
So I've been at Lutheran Haven for about a year, a little over a year now. I've been in this industry for a little over 15 years, almost 16 years working with seniors. So
Okay.
I kind of started working in a skilled nursing facility. And then I kind of shifted over and started doing assisted living. And a little over a year ago, I went and I applied at Lutheran Haven. Had a great reputation for being a great community, and it is.
Right, right.
And it is. It truly is.
So a little over a year. Let's talk about the residents that are there currently now. How many? What? I know you have individual living, but then what are the other opportunities there for them to live?
So we have assisted living and we have memory care.
Okay. And assisted living basically helps you throughout. I mean, if someone who it needs, obviously a senior that might not be able to move around, they provide everything throughout the day.
Yep. Daily living activities that need help with some of that. Yeah.
And then on memory care, we dealing with Alzheimer's or that
Dementia, cognition issues,
Okay.
elopement risks.
Is there a waiting list to get in, or do they have, are you completely maxed out right now, or can you accept any new people?
So we could definitely accept new people. The interesting thing about us is that we had a nursing home.
Okay.
And we decided to shut it down about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And so we added 30 new apartments for our assisted living. So
Okay.
that actually gave us more availability because we were always full. Our memory care and our assisted living was always full. So now
Okay.
there is opportunity to move into our assisted living. Our independent living does have a waiting list. For independent living, we have different models. So there's people that want specific model apartments. So there's kind of a waiting list for each model of either apartment or a cottage. But for assisted living, we do have availability at this time.
And how many overall places of residence that you might have there?
So for assisted living right now, we have in total, we have 54 apartments.
Okay.
Um,
And then that's assisted living,
mhm.
the individual side, how many on that? Isn't there individual? I'm sorry, assisted living. There's two different separate, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right. I happen to be over the assisted living and the
Assisted
memory
living,
care.
Okay.
My counterpart is over the independent living.
Okay.
And there are waiting lists for those apartments.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, on site, I believe there's a fitness center, or they have fitness opportunities
Mhm.
for that. The chef, or is that? I mean, how does everything work out? Can
We
you get that?
do. So for our independent living, we have a restaurant for which anybody in the community, assisted living, they could go to the restaurant as well. The independent living also has a clinic on site, which is amazing. We do have a fitness center. We have what's called Fellowship Hall, and that's where a lot of the activities for the independent living residents take place, and they have different groups and clubs. We have a swimming pool that just heated swimming pool that debuted in March.
Okay.
So very excited about that. And then in our assisted living, as part of our renovation, we actually added a game room, a pub. We're waiting on our beer and wine license for that. So very excited. Everybody's eagerly waiting for that to happen. And then we've expanded our multi-purpose room.
Okay.
So we have movie theater and we also have a chapel as well.
All right.
And we have services on Sunday in our assisted living.
So the chapel itself, that wouldn't be open to the public, or is that just for the folks that live there, or
So right now, yeah, it's just open
yeah, I
for
was
the
just curious.
residents
Yeah, I
to.
didn't know if there was, you had,
If somebody wanted to come, they wouldn't say no, of course.
of course not, of course not. So the heated pool, is it outdoor? Is it,
It
or is
is
it outdoor?
outdoors.
All right, so probably nobody going in there today, or maybe it might be a hot tub.
Today, no, but a couple of weeks ago when we had some cold weather, there was somebody there at about 6 a.m. So
Oh, there we go.
yeah.
That's good. Any pickleball courts?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay, all right.
no, not
You know,
yet.
no, it's how popular that is. I mean, everybody loves to be doing the pickleball courts. Um, Again, we're here. It's Testimonial Tuesdays here at Rock and Brews in Oviedo. We want to thank the Waves team. They're experts and translate your ideas into reality using a perfect blend of audio, visual, and lighting to enhance engagement and information retention. You can catch them out at wave-pro.com. Again, I'm here with Lillian from the Lutheran Haven. She's the healthcare marketing coordinator. We're getting to know more about Lutheran Haven, which has been around since 1948. You know, when you get, it's a tough subject for a lot of people when it comes to when you get your parents or
It is.
to make that decision. When someone has to make that decision, I mean, I'm assuming you have people there to help guide and make that. Is this the correct how would that process take place for someone?
So typically, by the time somebody comes to us, they're actually touring different facilities.
Right. Okay.
And that's what it really comes down to. And we kind of show them around. We let them know what we have to offer. And I think at the end of the day, it's kind of, the family members, they kind of figure out, okay, what are we choosing? What do we need for our loved one?
Right.
And what then on our end, what sets us apart from everybody else? Because
May I ask what do you think sets you apart from other assisted living and to healthcare places?
well, I probably need an entire hour for that, but our campus is just beautiful.
Right. Okay.
And so it's very difficult to transition from your home to sell your home. That in itself is a very hard process, and downsizing everything and getting rid of all those memories that you
Right.
have. So it really, our campus is kind of like a little subdivision, I like to say,
Okay.
because you have your cottages, you have your apartments, there's so much to do. Um, and so it's just people just ride their bikes on the community. They have their golf carts and they get around in their golf carts. But something amazing that we did was when we decided that we were no longer going to have the skilled nursing facility, we applied for a higher licensure for assisted living.
Okay.
And so we have what's called an extended congregate care licensure, an ECC, and it allows us our residents to age in place
Okay.
because we could accommodate higher acuity, and that's huge. And because of that, we have a lot of nurses on our staff,
Okay.
and that's really a big thing. So aside from the care itself and the longevity of our staff, which speaks volume, we have a lot of and a lot of families look for that. They want to know that there's always going to be nurses around the clock.
And basically, as far as staff to rate per ratio, do you have that number, or do you have an idea of what that would be as far as nurses to your patients?
So offhand, I don't have the numbers, but we always stick to the guidelines that are set forth by Florida State. So
Okay.
it just depends. So your staffing is always going to be depending on how many residents you have at the moment. So
Okay.
as they increase, you have to increase the staffing.
Okay.
We also, but in assisted living, I don't think a lot of folks know that you don't have to have nursing around the clock.
Okay. So if someone was interested in learning more about Lutheran Haven, did they set up an appointment, or did they call, check your website? What's the best way of reaching out?
So you could go to our website and you could fill out a form and I'll get that information. You could always call the community directly. And my favorite way is really just call my cell phone number.
Oh, really?
So it's a direct contact, and then and it doesn't matter. You could call me on the weekend if you have any questions, and I'll be more than happy to help anybody and schedule an appointment and tour them.
So within the last year that you've been here, do you have any favorite stories to tell about someone that's coming in and they were maybe struggling to make that this transition to that, and now they've really blossomed into Lutheran Haven. Really, they love the experience of being out there. Is there any stories you could tell on that?
Nothing specific. I think all stories, they're unique, but they're all the same at the same time. It's always, it's a process. It's
Right.
not an easy decision to make. I think in the time that I've been doing this, I think maybe I could count on one hand how many people said, yes, I want to do this. Usually it takes something to happen, unfortunately. My advice is don't wait until that happens,
Right.
because it's nice to have people to be able to socialize. Sometimes as we get older, isolation comes with that.
Right.
And you just need to be around people your own age, I feel, to kind of keep everything going. And so when you wait until something to happen, I feel like you miss out on all the positives that you could get out of assisted living. And so that's always my recommendation. Yeah.
Take advantage of it before
Yeah.
you can't do anything when you're there. It just becomes more you're, I guess per se, you're more isolated. You're not able to do the things that you're able to do.
Right.
And basically in life, take advantage of it while you can.
Yeah.
And this is an opportunity for that. On the grounds itself, you have a lot of acreage there. What's probably the favorite spot in Lutheran Haven for the people that live there that they like to go to the most? Or what's their favorite activity?
I just think that it just depends on where you're at. If you're independent living, I feel that, I mean, they do a lot of great things. One of the things I love is that they go on these trips.
Oh, they do trips.
So
Okay.
because of the hurricane, they were supposed to go to New Orleans.
Really? So
Um,
they actually really go on
They
a trip.
They go. They
Okay.
go on trips. And so so that was canceled, but they're gonna be going to DC soon.
Really?
So they take bus trips, and that's really exciting. And then Lori, who does independent living activities, she always has great things to do for the residents. Also, they're because they're independent, they kind of take charge, and there's things that they kind of do on their own.
Okay.
So it's great for them. And then as far as the assisted living, I mean, I have to tell you, bingo is always a thing. Some of us may just, we find it funny.
No, but bingo, when you take a cruise ship and you go on the bingo, that bingo is serious. So,
Bingo, that is serious business. Do not walk in while they're playing bingo.
oh yeah, you better have the right numbers. Or
You-
you are,
You get the
you,
glare. I
you
call
get
it
the glare. Oh yeah, I
They just
bet.
look at you.
Now is bingo every day or is once a week out there or
They do it every day if
every
they
day?
could, but
Okay.
it's anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week.
2 or 3 times a
Mhm.
week? Okay. So that leads to what other, like obviously we just got the holidays. What was the holidays like there at Luther Haven? What
Well, parties.
parties?
Yep, festivities all the
Festival.
time on all levels of care.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do they obviously probably have musicians come and play for the folks or
No, our
entertainment like that?
Yep, our activities director on our assisted living, her name is Deborah, and she always has a calendar full of activities, and all of our activities are also posted on our website, our
Okay.
calendars.
Right.
Mhm.
So if they're if they're like during those events or anything of that, like the holidays, can family come in and witness that, or how do they stay in touch with everyone? So,
Absolutely. So that's very important. We always encourage family members to participate as much as possible.
right.
And you're free to come in and visit your loved one whenever you want,
Okay.
in 24 hours a day. And we love for them to just be involved, because it's just a support system, and the more they have, the better it is for them.
Right. Do, do you have events that are just tied in with the families coming in with the folks that are there, or
Mhm, we
and
do.
so yeah, okay.
We do have like we do a lot of like barbecues when it's warmer,
Right.
and invite the family members in to participate with their loved ones and that.
So for 2025, is there any new plans, any new additions being added to Lutheran Haven that you have? Maybe it's in the works, maybe it's later in the year. Is there anything you can tell us on that front?
So what I was told was that we were going to take about a year break.
Okay.
Like I said, I've been there about a year, but from what I understand, we've always had a project for the past few years. And so now they're kind of going to take a year off
Okay.
before they decide what else to do, because we still have some acres that are remaining. So they're trying to figure out what the next project is gonna
Okay.
gonna be. But I'm sure it's gonna be great because everything they've done thus far is really amazing.
So was there something done in 2024 that was the highlight for that?
So
That they're
the
gonna say,
swimming pool.
no, the swimming pool was
Mhm.
okay.
The swimming pool and the apartments and the independent living, they're only about 7, 8 years old. So
Okay.
that was a huge project in itself.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Again, it's Testimonial Tuesdays here in Oviedo at Rock and Brews. If you haven't been here, Rock and Brews, one of my favorite places. Got some great dishes, but I won't get into that completely yet. But it's a great place to watch the game and so forth. But Testimonial Tuesdays is about getting to know our businesses within the chamber. And again, thanks to the Waves team of experts, translate your ideas into reality using the perfect blend of audio, visual, lighting to enhance engagement and information retention. Wave-pro.com. Again, my name is Rick Morris. I'm one of the ambassadors of the Chamber. I am with Lillian of Lutheran Haven. Lillian, let's go on a personal side.
Mhm.
What do you enjoy doing? When you get outside of Lutheran Haven, is there any fun stuff that you like to do? Or what's your hobbies or anything that you'd like to share with us?
I actually like spending time with my 5-year-old niece.
Oh, really? Well, that's great. Well, and what was, did she have a, I'm assuming Christmas was a big deal at 5 years old?
Yes, and every time she came over and she kind of looked at all the gifts and she was like, "Why is everything for me?"
Well, that's a, but she opened up everything and everything she loved.
Absolutely, absolutely. But that is definitely my favorite. We just were at Gaylord Ice the last day. We finally made it. The
Oh,
last day.
really?
So took her to that, and that was very exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an amazing place,
It is.
what they do there. Anything else besides your niece? I mean, how long have you lived in this area? Or any other activities?
So I am a New Yorker,
A New
born and
Yorker.
raised.
Okay.
I've been here 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah, been here 28 years,
Do
and
you miss New York?
I miss I miss the food.
Okay.
I miss it's in the water. It's really about the water. But I miss the
They
food.
always say that about the bread
It
and
is.
everything.
The bagels are
The
different.
bagels, yes,
Yeah.
and all that. So when you came down here 28 years ago, did you ever vision yourself being where you're at today in this?
So I didn't. I thought that I was gonna start a nonprofit for kids,
Okay.
but it's kind of all relative, right? It kind
Right.
of it's full circle.
All right.
So I'm kind of, it's great serving the most vulnerable.
Right. And kids and the
Mhm.
adults that need the care and so forth. Is there a favorite element of your job today that just makes you just enjoy it that much more every day?
Well, I love helping families. I think it's important. You talk to a lot of family members, they're trying to make a hard decision. Not everybody's gonna choose your community for whatever reasons.
Right.
But the amazing thing is that you're still able to help. Even if somebody doesn't choose your community, you still could guide them in the right direction. And I think, and at the end of the day, it's fulfilling to
Right.
be able to know that you could give great advice to a family member and that it's going to help them at the end of the day. So I think ultimately that's what it's all about, is
Right.
helping and serving.
Is there any particular one that stands out from all the families that you've helped over the years? Not
I
to put you on the spot,
No,
but I
no,
was
not
just,
the spot. I just think that you always there's somebody may not have the finances, but then they have to go a different direction, and just leading them to where they could get that help.
right.
I always say that senior living, it's like they should offer a college course, because when it's your first time to navigating it, it could get a little tricky.
Yeah.
So just guiding folks.
So what would your advice be to anyone that might be in that situation right now that they're trying to figure out? What advice would you give them?
I would tell them to come to me.
Okay.
And if I can't help you within my community, I will definitely send you to the right person.
Right. Um, I mean, if I call we all have parents and so forth. If I felt my mom, what would be the first thing of advice that you would just come out and take a look at what we have to offer and see that, or what would be the first thing?
It depends. There are some people that call in their loved ones in the hospital, and so they have to go into rehab first before then going into a community.
Right.
So sometimes people just want a recommendation. Oh, they gave me a list. Who would you recommend?
Right.
and then they'll just hold off a little bit until they kind of get to that point, and then they'll come in and tour. So it just depends. Some people are just transitioning straight from home. Sometimes somebody needs memory care and the family members have them at home, and it's hard to just place your loved one, and you kind of have to ease them in and explain to them why it's okay to have them placed in a community. It's very difficult. Sometimes I think it's more difficult for us than the actual individual, as the children or the grandchildren, to make that decision. There's guilt involved. So kind of easing them out of that guilt.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because it's kind of like putting your kid in college or taking them, kicking, that you're putting them in there, and now you're like, all right, you're hoping that they can take care of it.
It
So
is.
that's a big step for them. So contact wise, is it lutheranhaven.org? Am I
is.
correct?
It
Correct?
is. Mhm.
Okay. And then you say you offer your cell number.
Yes.
Is that really? You're gonna?
I do
Oh,
that.
well then let's have the cell number.
All right. Well, my number is 407-558-5940.
Fine. One more time.
407-558-5940.
Or go on the website, lutheranhaven.org. Do you have any social contact, where Facebook or Instagram, where you guys highlight any of that as well?
We do. We have Facebook, and we just started our Instagram.
Oh, really? Oh, man, you're going crazy. There you go. Again, we are at Rock and Brews in Oviedo for Testimonial Tuesday. It's great lunch adventures, great specials here. Tavo will take care of you. We do this once a month, I believe. If I remember correctly, yes, I believe we do this once a month. My name is Rick Morris, one of the ambassadors of the East Orlando Chamber. If you have any questions for Lillian, please give her a call or reach out. We all have loved ones that might be in that scenario, that they may need help, and this would be a good way to go ahead and get started. You talked earlier before it's too late, just like Lillian suggested, because it is easier on you if you're talking to someone where you're not making that desperate decision and you're trying to figure out what's the best place, when you don't have to be rushed, I
Right.
guess, and so forth. I mean, that would be probably the hardest, to me, the hardest thing would be like, oh, which one we're going to go to and all that, and then try to make a decision. And, though I don't know all the assisted livings, I'm assuming there's quite a few out there that,
Yeah, quite a few.
right.
Yeah.
So, and you want to make sure you have the right one for it that you feel comfortable with. Just real quick, when they do come out and they visit with you, do they visit, who do they meet along the ways? Do they just meet the coordinators of different areas of the?
So if they're coming for assisted living and memory care, typically they'll meet with me. I am in the marketing office, and in the marketing office, you'll find the young ladies that do the independent living.
Right.
So they will always, I'll introduce them to them as well. And sometimes people come and decide that they can go into independent living. So then usually I'll just kind of introduce them, and they'll sit with them and hear about the independent living as well. And then we'll tour the assisted living, and they'll usually meet our executive director and the other staff members along the way.
Okay. And usually that takes about an hour or so to go through just the meet and so forth.
It's usually up to the individual. I'll tell them what, depending on their time. So if they want a quick tour, I could usually swing it in about 15 minutes or so.
Mhm.
But if not, our tours usually are like 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then obviously there's cost involved. So you would go break it down to all the different elements of what obviously it's per person is what the breakdown would be on
Mhm.
that. So,
Yep.
all right. Not that you can get into that, but I'm assuming you're competitive with everything else, or so
We are.
forth.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Again, you'll have to go to www.lutheranhaven.org or reach out to Lillian's number. And I'm not going to try to remember that off the top of my head, but we'll get that in there. We're wrapping up here, but Waves team of experts translates your ideas into reality using that perfect blend of audio, visual, and lighting to enhance engagement and information retention. Wave-pro.com. Again, my name's Rick Morris with the East Orlando Chamber. We thank you for being here for Testimonial Tuesdays, Rock and Brews, great lunch adventures. It's wonderful to be here on this nice, chilly Tuesday morning. Boy, I tell you, this is not what I'm used to.
No.
At least we got the layers they'll bring out.
Yes.
I got to wear a jacket that I had to dust off this morning, and found gloves for the first time in the pockets. Thank goodness, because I didn't know where they were when I was walking my dog this morning. So makes it very challenging. But I'm sure we'd love to go out and see that. I need to come by. Where exactly? Just before we leave, where is it actually located?
So we're in Oviedo, 2041 West State Road, 426.
Where's that close to, that a landmark of that? Is that like there's like Lucas Nursery or something like that? Is that the
So we're right on the same campus as St. Luke's Lutheran
St. Luke,
Church.
St. Lutheran Lutheran Church? Okay. I actually go to the Cathedral of St. Luke as an Episcopalian downtown, so we're all right all in there. So did you have any final parting words that you'd like to tell anyone?
No, just stop by for a tour. I could schedule a lunch at our restaurant after you tour the community, and it's just nice to know what you have available to you in the community, as far as assisted living, independent living, memory care. It doesn't mean that you need something right now immediately, but like you said, it's good to do your research for when the time comes, because the time will come.
Oh, it always.
It's a matter of when.
Yeah, it's just like anything in life. It's
Yeah.
gonna break, and whether it's a car or home or your body,
Yes.
it does. Well, real, just on a side note, when you eat, what's your favorite thing at the restaurant there? Or
I'm kind of simple. They have this great burger with bacon, and
okay,
it's just great.
all right. Well, there we go. Go get the burgers at Lutheran Haven. There we go. Or get the burgers here at Rock and Brews in Oviedo. They do have 2 locations, but this one is where we're at right now. Again, thank you for your viewership, and I hope you enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about Luther Haven. Again, lutherhaven.org. Or Lillian, if you want to give your number one more time.
That number is 407-558-5940.
Thank you again, everyone. Come on down to Great Lunch Adventures at Rock and Brews in Oviedo. Until next time, thank you.
Good afternoon, or good noon exactly. My name is Justin Meyer. I'm an ambassador with the East Orlando Chamber and attorney with Rosenthal Meyer. It is Testimonial Tuesday. It is the last interview for Testimonial Tuesday. We are here at Rock and Brews in Oviedo. You should be watching us in your car driving over here for lunch, because we'll be here for lunch at 12:30. I am here with Kelly Sue with Stonebreaker Homes
And like,
and Land with a Remax Realty team. She's obviously with Remax Realty. Kelly Sue, thanks so much for joining us.
thank you. I'm glad that you guys called and got a hold of me.
We're glad to have you here. Let's start with a real simple, basic question. Tell us a little about yourself.
Oh gosh, now this is going to be an hour interview, right? 2-hour interview. You really want to know? No. Okay. All right. So I started into real estate almost 22 years ago. Before that, I worked for the airlines for almost 20 years and made the transition very easy because I worked in the reservation center where people would call us and complain because they didn't get to sit next to their husband or something like that on the airplane. So I was able to take care of the conflict and bring it in and talk to people. So made it a very easy transition. And through that, I have a husband, 3 children, 4 grandchildren, and my daughter actually works with me on our team.
And tell me a little bit about your team. So you
Oh,
are
gosh.
a real estate agent based out of where?
Based out of our office is Winter Springs, but we service all of Central Florida, the entire section. And our team is comprised of myself and my daughter,
Mhm.
Tori Myers. And then we have 3 absolutely beautiful, beautiful teammates, Christine Bowen, Kelly Butterfield, and Shelby Martin. And then a transaction coordinator and a marketing gal.
And how long you been doing real estate?
21, almost 22 years.
So you transitioned from customer service in the airlines to doing customer service essentially with people selling homes.
And loving every one of them. Well, not every one of them. There's some of them that I can say that I don't love, but the majority I love.
And it's funny, you said you started with dealing with people's complaints about not sitting next to their spouses. Now I try to sit across from anybody because I like to get that aisle, and everybody else likes to get the aisle. Nobody wants to sit
Yes.
together anymore. We're all gonna just watch TV and get the extra leg room.
Oh, absolutely.
What are some of your biggest things that you're looking for, that you look for when you're looking at houses with your clients? What are some of the things you're looking for that maybe your clients don't know to look for?
So it's funny because when you're showing a house to a buyer, whether it's a first time home buyer or they're moving up or they're moving down,
Mhm.
essentially they'll know the moment they walk in the house if it's their house. I mean, it instinctively comes to them. So when they go in the house, you're kind of watching them to see what their reaction is to it, because there's houses that I see sometimes that they're like, oh, this is not it. This is not our house. And I have to look and go, okay, so what was it about this house that seemed so perfect at first, but now is not? And then you start to read your clients a little bit more and more, and then fine tune it and find them the one that they just go, oh, when they walk in the door.
So it's really it's not about finding that first house, the perfect house. It's about getting to know them, looking at some houses and seeing what really resonates with them and what clicks with them, what they want to look for.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. The number one thing is really getting to know your client and actually becoming familiar with them, their family, their tastes, and essentially they become like family to you.
Yeah.
And friends. And we do a majority of our business off of Sphere and referrals from our past clients and family and friends of theirs. And so you just build that bond and it becomes like a lifetime bond.
On the sales side, which is a little different, what are you looking at there? What are some of the things that you bring in on the sales side?
For listings, we're again kind of that personal touch. We're very in depth, but we also believe in being as professional as possible when it comes like photography. One thing, and I'll tell you guys all up front, my biggest pet peeve is cell phone pictures in a listing. Drives me nuts. Oh, my second big is the toilet seat up in a picture. Please put your toilet seat down if you're selling your own home. It just drives me crazy. Anyway, I digress. So and selling, we try to make sure everything's professional. We do professional photography. We meet with them. We have our marketing team. We put it out to all the different places. But because Remax is worldwide, we have the bonus of being able to market it literally worldwide.
Mhm.
And that makes a huge difference.
One thing you did mention though, and I kind of want to focus on that, is because we hear a lot about why do I need a realtor? I can sell the house myself. My house is wonderful. It'll go just like that. And I've seen those cell phone pictures, and I've seen the not just the toilet seat up, but I've seen some real interesting pictures.
Yeah.
Things people didn't realize were in the frame because they weren't looking. That's what sets you apart, right? Is you're a professional. You know how to list the house. You know how to price it, and you can those pictures. That's a big part of what's going to set you apart. Is how you present the home and market it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then if you have a vacant home, you're going to want to stage it because
Mhm.
you want people to go into a home and not go, where's my couch going to fit? Where's my bed? What do I do with that? And then like last week, I had a call from somebody. They're not selling for another 3 years, but they want to know what to do now in order to make it beneficial in 3 years for their house to be able to sell. They don't want to wait till the last minute.
Right.
So we try to figure out what the best thing is for them to do that'll actually help them sell, but won't break the bank. So
What are some of the big things people can do to help them sell?
some of the little things. Okay, obviously paint is a big thing. Painting the house so you don't have this seafoam green room here with this pink room over here. And there's some houses that have colors all over the place. There's actually in one of the other cities here, there's a purple and pink house, and that's on the outside. It's beautiful, gotta tell you. But paint's really, really, really important. And what's actually just as important as what you do to the house
Mhm.
is cleaning your house. Cleaning the house makes a big, big difference. There's nothing worse than going into a house and you're having to look over everything that's there, and it makes the seller go, okay, so there was no maintenance in this house because obviously they don't love the house, so how am I going to love the house? So
So get the pile of laundry waiting to be folded off the bed before the showing.
yes, please do. Please do. And change the kitty litter.
Change it. Let me just write that down. Change the kitty litter. I mean, and you'd think that's obvious, but this is also what sets not just a good agent apart from selling it yourself, but a good agent apart from all the others is you're seeing houses that are like this.
Yes, absolutely. And the old thing about curb appeal.
Mhm.
Are you going to buy a house and you go by and you're looking all crappy outside? Probably not. You're not even going to want to look inside.
Yeah.
And so you want to have good curb appeal when you pull up.
So it starts even with like the landscaping and making sure the outside of the house is set up
Yes.
and clean. And that's part of what you do is you go in and you're going to look at it and make sure
Yep.
everything looks nice.
Absolutely. We try to go in prior to even doing pictures or anything and get the house all set and ready. And then we make the arrangements for the photographer to come in. And then when the photographer comes in, we're actually there with them and we'll kind of stage the rooms and have it ready for the picture. And then we'll move everything back so that way the seller can still live in their house and have it like their regular home.
So what's beyond making sure the house is clean, which seems like it should be a basic thing, but I can assure you it's not. I'm sure you can tell me some horror stories. I know that it's not. Aside from making sure the house is clean, are there improvements that you're going to recommend that sellers make right before, when they're getting ready to list?
Absolutely. A couple things, light fixtures. Do you still have light fixtures from the 1980s? Well, that makes a big difference. In your bathroom, and I'm sorry if anybody has this, and so I'm not trying to say anything bad, but in your bathroom, you still have the Broadway lights in your bathroom up above. And if you do, and is the metal bar all rusted out? Just the smallest thing like updating your bathroom lights makes such a huge difference.
I like those Broadway lights. I sing to them.
Of course you do.
That's my show tunes area.
No, but bathroom, just light fixtures in general, because you don't want something from the 1980s when you're trying to sell in 2025. And the faucets, what about the faucets?
There's a difference between classic and old, right?
Very much so.
I do like Broadway though.
You do.
My thing. Um, so we are here at Rock and Brews. We're having a great time. We may end up starting to sing. Who knows? We're here at Rock and Brews with Kelly Sue from Remax Realty. We have a new setup this year. It's really exciting. You may be noticing that the camera's zooming in. It looks a lot cleaner. It's a great setup. And I want to thank Wave for coming out and doing this for us. They are a chamber member. Wave's team of experts translates your ideas into reality. I organized all of this. If you like it, if you don't like it, then it was all Andrew. But they'll translate your ideas into reality. They use the perfect blend of audio, visual, and lighting to enhance engagement and information retention. That's why you're going to remember everything we've got going on. We have actual lights this time. It's really kind of exciting. We have lights. They mic'd us up for sound. There's a camera with, it looks like 2 different cameras. It's a whole beautiful setup with multiple computers. You can find them at wav-pro.com. It's Wave, and I want to thank them for getting set up with us here. Again, my name is Justin Meyer. We are here at Rock and Brews. Come join us in 20 minutes for lunch. I see food coming out already. I'm hungry. I may just have to leave early and start eating. I probably won't do that, but I am very food motivated, as people have been hearing me say lately. So we've talked a little bit about generally what you do, Kelly Sue, but I want to talk a little bit more about some of the things you specialize in.
Mhm.
And I know one of those is something I'm really interested in because I like horse racing, is equestrian.
Yes.
And while you don't have a lot of that in some parts of Orlando, there's some open spaces here. So why don't you tell us a little about about that area?
Like the hidden treasure of Geneva. Geneva is, okay, I'm sorry, Geneva is amazing. It's an amazing little township. And a lot of equestrian community.
Mhm.
It has acreage that ranges from 5 acres on up. I have a great 11-acre parcel, should anybody need one. It's awesome. Anyway, so you have all these different equestrian acreage, but you can also use the acreage just so that way you don't have somebody literally right next door to you.
Mhm.
So you want your own solitude, your own peace and quiet. You've got the acreage out there. We work with equestrian properties, acreage properties, vacant land, and we do it from here all the way up to Ocala.
I mean, there's a lot of acreage in Ocala for horses, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that 11-acre property.
It's over in Seminole Woods. It's just over 5,000 square feet with a pool, a four-horse stall, different paddocks, and it's 11 acres. And all the way around the whole 11-acre property is a riding trail personally for that property. It's a half-mile trail for whether it be your horse, your ATVs, a walk, anything you want. It's just a hidden treasure.
That sounds really great. And if people are interested in that listing, how do they find it? They contact you, obviously, but can they find it on your website?
They can find it on the website, or they can go over to 1709 Onondaga. All right, I want you to spell that 3 times fast. Anyways, Onondaga over in Seminole Woods.
So, I mean, that sounds like a great listing. I mean, I would love 11 acres just because I really don't like having neighbors near me. Though I am a little nervous about the idea of having to mow 11 acres of grass.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's my idea. I came up with this the other day.
You get goats?
Okay. Nope. You get a riding lawnmower and you outfit it to look like a military tank. And every man would love to drive a military tank. So you make it look like that, and then you can just do the whole thing.
Oh no, you're 100% right. I would have a field day with that. You'd never see me again. I would just drive my would-be tank, just driving around. That grass would be short. I'd be mowing it daily.
See, I'm here for you.
Yeah. So what are some, you deal with vacant land, you said you deal with equestrian and acreage properties. What's the difference in dealing with say vacant land versus a home?
So with vacant land, it really depends on what they're buying it for.
Mhm.
Because if you're buying it to build a home, you have to look at at the wetlands and the mitigation on it. You need to see if it's actually a buildable lot. And then what it would take to do septic, to do well, and the restrictions that the county has in order to be able to do it. Because different properties have different setbacks also.
Okay.
So some properties look really great on paper,
Mhm.
but the setbacks from the wetlands may make that 5-acre lot a quarter acre.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of those out there.
So it's not just I found a vacant lot that's in a nice area that I like. You really need an agent who understands how vacant lots work and how to how to make sure that it's a lot that you can really build on. And that's where again expertise comes in hand comes really in is key because a lot of people are out there trying to sell the vacant lot that they found on the MLS listing.
Yes.
Doesn't mean they know what they're looking at.
Yes, and quick story. So I had this buyer who he had bought a lot on his own
Mhm.
out in Geneva. He had bought it on his own, and then after purchasing it, found out that the sign was in the wrong space, and he didn't buy the lot he thought he had bought. He bought a lot, 2 lots down, that was all flood zone.
Ooh.
Yes. So yeah,
And that's a title question right there.
no, I mean, the contract was written, and so title wrote it for the lot that the contract was written for.
So
He
he-
assumed it was the lot 2 down.
Where the sign was.
Mhm.
Oh, so that's that's
Yep.
difficult.
So yeah,
I mean, look, that's why you don't do this on your own. You know, these are big investments, and you're. When people ask me why do I need a realtor, the answer I give them all the time is because this is a massive investment. You don't
Yeah.
want to just go into it. You know, some people, well, you're buying a $300,000 house. That's a lot of money. You're buying a $75,000 lot that you're then
It's a
going to
lot.
build a $300,000 or $400,000 house on. These are big investments. And
Big investment.
I'm assuming that 11-acre listing that you have is probably going for a little more than 300,000.
$1 or more. So
Yeah, a couple more. But I mean, these are big, big investments, and that's why you want to have a professional with you, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So I guess so that let's talk a bit about that. What sets you apart then, um, from all the other agents out there? Because you clearly know what you're talking about. But what's one other thing? What can you tell us that really sets you apart?
I give really good hugs. That's
It's
not it.
true
Okay.
because when I got here, she gave me a hug, and my day has been better ever since. Let me tell you.
You know what? The word personal comes into mind. We take a personal touch in doing what we do, but we don't take it personally.
Right.
So we don't let the personal emotions dictate the way our transaction goes, but we make sure to be personal with our clients.
And one thing I'll also say, you're an excellent communicator, and that's not always true in real estate. And one of the big things that one thing that is really important is not just being able to have that information, but being able to communicate and talk about that information with people. I think that's a huge thing. So you're giving us a lot of great information. How do people get in touch with you?
So one of the benefits of my name, Kelly Sue, is there's not a lot of us. There's a few Kelly Sues out there. So, I mean, you obviously can Google my name, but the easiest thing is Stonebreaker Homes and Land, Team Stonebreaker, because we have a great team. So you can go on to stonebreakerhomesandland.com, or if you want to shorten it, you can do teamstonebreaker.com. Go to our Facebook page, Team Stonebreaker Homes and Land. Go to my personal Facebook page. Whoops, sorry about that. Kelly Sue Stonebreaker. Or stop me if you see my red Jeep that says Stonebreaker across. Sorry, Tavo's here and he just egged me on that one. I have a red Jeep and it says Stonebreaker across the very top.
Oh, really?
Yes, it does. Just in case I lose it when I'm in a parking lot.
I mean, listen, I think you think the red Jeep itself would be easy to find, but Absolutely. So if you see her Jeep, you should just wave her down and say, I want to talk to you about some land.
I need a 5-acre lot.
I need a 5 acre. I mean, I do, but mainly just because I need, a house. I have a teenager. I need a house for the teenager.
Oh,
Just,
yes.
just because otherwise they make a lot of noise in my house.
We have one with a guest house.
Oh, you're selling me. So, again, my name is Justin Meyer. I'm an attorney with Rosenthal Meyer, and I'm an ambassador with the East Orlando Chamber, your favorite chamber here on Testimonial Tuesday. We are at Rock and Brews. It is lunchtime. I see people with menus. Come on down. Join us for lunch. It looks delicious. It looks delicious. It tastes delicious. The food is good. The beer menu, because you know what? It's 12:30 on Tuesday. Have a beer. The beer menu looks amazing. Um, it's going to be a good time. Come on down, meet some people, network, bring business cards, because you're going to get to meet me. Kelly Sue, are you sticking around?
You bet.
You'll get to meet Kelly Sue. You'll get to meet Christine, her friend and her teammate and her agent who she brought with her. It's going to be a great time. You'll meet Katrina, who's here from the chamber. Come on down. You know you want to. You're hungry. You've got to eat anyway. I'm not the only one who's food motivated. You're food motivated. Come on down.
And there's Broadway lights.
And there's Broadway lights. And I might sing. And by might, I think we all know there's a pretty good chance of me randomly quoting some kind of song lyric that from a show that you may or may not have that you may or may not have heard of because I like some obscure shows out there. So you're sticking around for lunch. Anything on the menu caught your eye already, or you're gonna wait and see?
Oh, so I'm a huge fan of their pulled pork.
Ooh,
And I don't know if you've ever had their broccoli. They have some of the best broccoli around. I know, look at
that's
you.
broccoli. I'm trying. My New Year's resolution for the past like 3 years has been eat a vegetable, and I'm trying really hard, but
Oh, their broccoli is
It's-
really good.
it's been a challenge. I'm probably getting a burger today. I really just
They've got good
they
ones.
have really
They
good
have really
burgers,
good
and
burgers.
I just kind of want a burger. I'll tell you though, I come when we're here for Real Estate Connect. It's always a good time with the food.
And Real Estate Connections is awesome.
Yeah.
That third Wednesday,
It's a great event.
amazing.
You come to that, right?
absolutely.
So all the more reasons for people to come on down is to learn about that with you. And the music's been a lot of fun. You can't see it, but my foot's been tapping like the entire time. So, we're getting a couple of questions, and I want to ask. I'm going to kind of fire away at them. But Tava wanted you to mention that I'm your favorite ambassador. I think more than Tava.
Man.
He's not paying attention, so it's less funny. But one question we did get, and then I want to touch on something else. Do you handle commercial properties and do you handle rentals?
So, well, we work with some commercial. We will assist with commercial buildings and obtaining commercial buildings. We do not work with rentals, but we do have somebody in our office that is amazing at rentals.
And because you're with Remax, you can, if it's not something you can do, you have a connection for somebody else who can.
Yes,
And that,
and we have a really good commercial agent also, which does the full leasing and everything like that.
and that's not just for commercial and rentals. If I'm selling my place here, I can work with you to sell my place here, and then you're gonna have a connection for when I want to go buy a place in, I don't know, where's it warm today? Phoenix.
Phoenix. Oh, yep. My friend Peggy Young. She's a realtor there and she's amazing.
So you can really kind of help get people, if they want to go somewhere else, they can go somewhere else.
Mhm.
So you brought another agent with you. Why don't we introduce your other agent, and then let's talk about, so I know the two of you are very involved in the community. So why don't you introduce who you brought with us? You brought with you.
This is my beautiful, beautiful teammate, Christine Bowen.
So Christine, welcome.
Thank you.
So good to have you.
Thank you.
Now I know you guys are really involved in the community. Why don't you talk a little bit about what you guys do in the community?
All right. So I'm involved with the Oviedo Police Foundation, near and dear to my heart, just as Hope Helps also. Hope Helps is getting ready to have their Jamrock 5K. So make sure to get online and sign up for that. And then the Oviedo Police Foundation is getting ready to do their golf tournament. One is It's a busy March because one is on the very first Friday, one's on the very first Saturday of the month. So they're back to back right there. But two really great community offerings. And then
I'm on the board of directors of the Maitland Chamber. So we do a lot of community events, you know, that way. We also have a golf tournament. We have a wine and cheese event. It's very popular every spring. I volunteer with an organization called Neighbors Network,
Okay.
which is fabulous. They they have all sorts of needs, but basically people who are mostly seniors, but some have limitations that they can drive because they're legally blind, things like that. So my job is I volunteer as a driver, take them to appointments and things, and that's really rewarding because you get to see the people directly that you're helping. It's even if you have a couple of hours a month or a couple of hours a week, I really recommend looking into it.
and
And
then,
that's,
sorry, go ahead.
I mean, that sounds like, these all sound like really great organizations. And if people want to know more about them, that's another reason for them to contact you guys. And they can learn about how they can get involved, but also how they can help you help them.
Absolutely.
And if that's not your bag, I mean, we know so many others, and we're all volunteering with something because I think we're all people.
Yeah, very
Very
much
much.
so. Very much. So,
So I have somebody like staring at me and talking, like shouting at me, and I don't know what he's saying. So we're just gonna ignore him.
so Wednesday, third Wednesday,
Third Wednesday, which is gonna be, I think this week is gonna be the 16th, I believe. It's next week. Oh, it's next week. You're right, because the first was on a Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
So it's next week on Wednesday. We're gonna be here at Rock and Brews for Real Estate Connections. You should definitely come out. There is always food. It is always a good time.
It
I
is.
highly recommend it.
And you don't have to be a realtor to go to this.
You don't have to be a realtor. You don't have to be a chamber member, but you are chamber members. So let me ask you this: what's your favorite part about being chamber members? And
You-
why is it me?
You know what? I'm waiting for you and Tavo to actually arm wrestle to figure out which one is going to be.
I'm all talk.
Actually, the nice thing about the East Orlando Chamber of Commerce is how they really bring people together. You know, you can go to a chamber and there's all these different people just there. But East Orlando seems to just like try to match different people up with different people. And it's refreshing. There's some folks I've met here that I wouldn't have met at a regular networking event because I've been just going around, you know, oh, hey, I'm Kelly Sue. Hey, here they like say, oh, hey, you need to meet this person. This person's going to be helpful. So,
I didn't want to do business with people we know, like, and trust, you know,
Yeah.
as they say.
Yeah.
And it really does make a difference. And I would say the same about volunteering. It puts people in a path you wouldn't normally meet otherwise. And it's a great privilege.
We're running out of time. I want to leave people as we kind of come towards the end. What's one thing, if they take nothing else away from this, what's one thing you want them to take away from this interview?
I think my one thing I would say is don't go it alone. Don't go it alone. Have somebody in your corner because there are so many scams and shysters out there, and there's just too many ways to lose your butt. You need somebody on your side.
And that's especially true if you're looking at vacant land,
Oh,
because we get alerts all the time about vacant land fraudulent sales.
Yes.
We've actually caught one or two of them in our office, so it's pretty big.
Yeah.
One more time, just tell everybody how they get in touch with you.
Stonebreaker Homes and Land. You can Google us. You can find us on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Heck,
wine
like-
tastings around town.
like, yeah. Or look for my red Jeep.
Look for the red Jeep. That's literally how I'm going to find people from now on. Is I'm going to look for red Jeeps and just wave at them and say, "Hi, do you want to do business?" Kelly Sue and Christine, thanks so much for joining us. It's great sitting down with you. This has been a great time. This is a benefit of being a chamber member. If you are a chamber member, come do your testimonial Tuesday. You can have me, or you can have somebody who's a lot more fun interviewing. We're flexible. It's the first Tuesday of every month. So come back to the website, find out where we're going to be next month. We'll be at a restaurant, and then we'll be having lunch there. It's always a great time. Thanks again to Wave for a beautiful setup. They can be found at wav.pro.com. And Kelly, too, thanks so much for joining us. Team Stonebreaker. I mean, how do you not trust a real estate agent named Stonebreaker? They sound like they're perfect for you.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you both very much. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at lunch. Come quick.